Hey guys, Dan Carr here. Today we're going to take a look at the Rokinon 14mm f2.8 lens. This is a lens which has been around for about a year now. You'll maybe see it under a few different names. Samyang in particular is a popular one, but it's the same lens, just branded with a different name. And this is a rectilinear 14mm lens. So I have the Canon mount here, and on Canon cameras, the only other 14mm rectilinear lens is Canon's 14mm f2.8L. It's quite an old lens, and it's nice to see some other options out there, particularly in a much lower price point. This can be had for about $350 to $400, which is pretty incredible when you think about the kind of glass that you're getting with this. So I just wanted to do this quick little video, first hands-on impressions, so you can kind of get a feel for the size of it and some of the functions. I guess firstly, I've already removed this, but let's just pop that back on there a second. It's quite a bulbous front element to this lens, much like Canon's 8 to 15. Unlike Canon though, these guys actually managed to find a lens hood that would stay on. So it doesn't come off once it's clipped on there. This thing's not going anywhere. The Canon one, on a lens that costs $1,800, that one just pops right off. So first impression is that they've really thought about this. So as you can see, huge front element to it. No chance of putting any filters on this. The body itself is quite small. We have a manual aperture ring on the side here, so we've got aperture positioning on there and a manual aperture ring, and it's also manual focus only, this lens. But what they have done is they've made this focus really nice. I mean, it's buttery smooth, and for people that want to shoot video, it's kind of nice because it has a really long focus throw to it. So for example, just looking at the positionings on here, I'm focused at 0.28 meters, and then we're 0.3, and then 0.35, 0.4, 0.5, 0.7, and 1 meter. I mean, that's like half rotation just there. So it really has a nice long focus throw on this ring, which is nice, and it just feels really good. I mean, it's hard to believe initially that this is such a cheap lens compared to everything else out there. Aperture ring is pretty positive in the clicks on there. It feels a little bit, should I say, more plasticky than the focus does, but again, you know, considering the price point, it's really not bad at all. So whether or not a fully manual lens will be the kind of thing that you might want to shoot with will depend on your budget. Maybe you can splash out for the more expensive Canon one. For video folk, I think this is going to be pretty nice to have this long focus throw on here, and it's a really smooth focus action. And of course, being able to control the aperture nice and easily is a bonus for shooting video with DSLRs. So various mounts are available. This is the Canon one, but there's a Nikon one as well. As you'll see, of course, no electronic contacts at all. This won't send any information back to the camera. So in your EXIF data, you're not going to get any of the aperture settings coming through there. But remains to be seen what the image quality is like. I haven't tested that out, and I will do very shortly. And look for a full review on the blog coming soon. But first impressions of the build quality, at least, to this thing is surpassed my expectations.